Welcome to the Jean Hales Kitchen. My name's Sandra Villella and I'm the naturopath at Jean Hales. I think we all know that we need to eat more vegetables, but most of us don't even get the minimum requirement of 5 vegetables per day. This dish is designed to be a very easy one-pot meal that incorporates a number of vegetables, and of course it's easy to do. So let's see how it's done. We need to heat up a saucepan, a heavy base saucepan, and just add about 1 to 2 dessert spoons of olive oil. I'm using chicken chops for this recipe. They're the chicken thighs that actually have a bone in the middle. Once the pot's nice and hot, you can put in the thighs. You can hear that's nice and hot. And you may need to do this in 2 batches. So when that's browned on one side, just flip them over. We just really want to brown these off. While we're doing that, we can start preparing our vegetables. I'm using leek. I think leek gives it a lovely flavour. You can see the other vegetables I'm using, mushrooms and zucchini. As long as you use those ingredients, then you can add any other flavour that you like. But keep in mind, of course, whatever vegetable you add will change the flavour. 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, just roughly chopped. In fact, I keep them in just a couple of small pieces. The zucchini can also be prepared. Okay, we'll take those chickens out. And just turn that heat down somewhat and add in the leek and garlic. Okay. When these are just lightly cooked, then you can add the zucchini. Then you can prepare the mushrooms. We've got some lovely big mushrooms here. The mushrooms really do go beautifully with the chicken in this dish. Of course, you can use any mushrooms that you like. At this stage, if you're going to add butter, then you'll add butter now. Just a little knob of butter. I always find adding butter at about the time that you use mushrooms just cooks the mushrooms really beautifully and the flavour goes through. Now you can add the chicken back in because the chicken does need to cook and the flavour of the vegetables and the butter and the mushroom will go through. One of the main ingredients of this dish is cabbage. This looks like a lot of cabbage, but it's actually just half a cabbage. There's not a lot in the pot after it's been cooked. Cabbage comes from the brassica family, the same family that broccoli and bok choy and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts belong to. And we know that the brassica family is associated with a reduced risk of certain cancers, including breast cancer and bowel cancer and pancreatic cancer. So they're great foods to incorporate into our diet. And this dish is a really tasty way to have cabbage as a meal. Let's check how the cabbage is going. It may take a little bit of patience or a bigger pot to get this cooked down a little bit. At this stage you can season the dish with a bit of salt and pepper and then check the seasoning again at the end. I'm also going to use a handful of spinach in this dish. We know that green leafy vegetables are really important. Just keep in mind if you use a lot of spinach in this dish, it does change the flavour of it quite a bit. So let the cabbage kind of take over if you like. And the final ingredient is some thyme. Pop that all in, give it a bit of a stir. Then you just put the lid on and allow it to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until the vegetables are cooked to your liking and until the meat is coming off the bone a little bit. And now we're ready to serve. You can see that the chicken's cooked and the vegetables have wilted sufficiently. So I usually think about 2 serves of the chicken per person. And then top it with some of the cabbage mix. You can see there's a bit of the juice from the cooking. So it's not an attractive looking dish, but it's got a lot going for it. It's a great way to get a bowl of vegetables in with some protein. Enjoy.